Hi, this is Hans. I just wanted to show you a few things that we saw at our UFO sighting event on July 24th, 2016 at Sequoia Park in Monterey Park. It was another great time. This is where we all kind of get together and talk about some of the things that we've seen during the month or some of the things that we've learned over the last month. It's just a great time to get together. I want to thank Robert Bingham and the Cousin Brothers for attending. The Cousin Brothers own Third Phaser Moon, which is the largest UFO website, I think, on the internet. So I wanted to thank these guys for attending. So let's get on it. Let's see, I was on my way of capturing this one, and I had not captured it yet. It was just kind of floating up in the sky, when all of a sudden this one starts shooting through the air. It must be probably about a half mile to maybe 3/4 of a mile away. This thing went from one side of the sky over to the other side. It must have been traveling probably around 60 miles an hour and stuff. But I'm sitting there yelling at John to get it in focus. Anyway, he did a great job getting it in focus. And this is what I captured. It looks kind of weird. It was just moving very unusually fast. It didn't look like a grocery bag. It looks like some sort of torn up piece of plastic. Like I said, it just was moving unusually fast. It was streaking across the sky. I'm very surprised that we captured this one. Highly unusual. Stayed at the same height. It wasn't like it was ascending or descending. So just an amazing capture. So back to this one. This one stuck around for probably about 15-20 minutes. It did not move. It stayed in one position for the longest time. And I just looking at it close, it kind of looked like a number one balloon, but it just stayed in one position. But in closer inspection, it just didn't look like a number one balloon. It just had some different characteristics of a typical number one balloon. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to show you this one. I thought it was a little bit on the unusual, just the fact that it stayed in one position and the physical characteristics. You know, I think that when you see something unusual, you have to evaluate. And one of the best ways to evaluate is to do practical tests or some sort of experimentation. I know this is going to sound crazy, but when I see stuff like this, it kind of makes me wonder. Number one, the coloration of this thing seems to be wrong. I've never seen anything like this, the coloration in a balloon store. Also, the concavities of this object, it just doesn't make sense to me. Here's an example of a balloon on the verge of death, okay? It's run out of helium. You know, I hope people understand that these foil balloons can barely hold themselves up. It cannot lift up a dime. Yet you see these huge crevasses on both sides. The one that really makes it interesting for me is just the fact that this one has this like triangular type of looking thing that has a deep crevasse, and if you look on the opposite side, there's another deep crevasse too. Well, you just can't do that with a full balloon. I know that there's going to be people out there that are going to say that, yes, it can happen, but I just want them to do some practical tests and some experimentation to see if they could do it. I also asked them to videotape their attempt and then post it, and I'll link it to this video. So here's an experiment. I put an iron on this flat balloon and try to, on the opposite side, try to make another crevasse on the opposite side. And as you can see, it's impossible. Yeah, I just wanted to show you something that I think is highly unusual and is unduplicatable, especially at, a half a mile up in the sky. Here's another one that looks obvious, but upon closer inspection, it looks a little weird to me. You could see that in this star balloon, it looks like it's got almost two shades of colors on it, and toward the base of the top star, you can see a big black dot. I don't know, over in Sylmar, at the end of June 2016, I ended up seeing a latex looking balloon that that had a black dot on it too. I just wanted to show you this one. This next one that we captured, I captured with the P900, kind of toward the end of the day, just before I left. This one hardly moved. It was really me just moving, but it kind of stayed in one position, and it was really far away, and it just stayed, and it actually just really didn't move one direction or another. It just came and stayed for a little bit. I would probably say maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Just did not move from the one position. It was just amazing. This last one is courtesy of Robert Bingham. I should have known that if I would have stuck around for a little bit longer, I would end up seeing a masterpiece like this. This one was green. I guess it showed up maybe half an hour after I took off. Just an amazing capture. Looks like it's doing some, pleomorphic transformations. And just an amazing capture, but you could see it actually transforming right before your eyes. Anyway, it's probably, a given. I probably should have stayed to see this one. It was very, very slow the first 2 hours now. It's almost like a dead giveaway. Anyway, just an amazing capture. Gotta hand it to Robert Bingham. So I wanted to thank everybody for coming to our last event, and I wanted to also thank Robert Bingham and the Cousin Brothers for attending and making this such a wonderful event. We always have a great time getting together and sharing stories and looking up into the sky. It's always very exciting. So we look forward to our next event. Please go to LA UFO channel on meetup.com. We usually throw out UFO sighting events once or twice a month. And we invite all of you who are watching to come along and join us and see these things, see these UFOs together. So we'll see you next time.